Now we are studying our first unit in detail. Our first unit name is classification, nomenclature, and isomerism. Further subtopic is classification of organic chemistry. So it's further divided into two types: acyclic, it's type acyclic and cyclic. The compound whose molecule contain open chain ring of carbon. The compound whose molecule contain open chain ring contain open chain of carbon atom. What a cyclic structure or a cyclic series is saying: compound whose molecule contain open chain of carbon atom is called a cyclic compound. What is a cyclic compound? It's saying which have a ring made up of carbon atom only. A cyclic contain, it's saying compound whose molecule contain compound whose molecule contain carbon chain only. Or compound whose molecule contain ring made of carbon atom is called cyclic compound. In a cyclic, what we learn in a cyclic compound whose molecule contain open chain of carbon compound. Open chain, straight. There is no chain of anything like this benzene or something. Open chain, straight. Open chain. There is no end of anything. It's open chain like this. You can understand this. What is a cyclic compound? Here we have to study now. A cyclic series. In this example, we will look for alkane. Earlier example is alkane family, alkyne family, alkene family, contain triple bond, contain double bond, contain single bond. So example of alkane is propane, methane, butane, like this. Alkyne is propine, methane, butane, propene, methane, alkane. Not propene, alkene, butane, like this. So this is straight. Let's look for the structure of propane. 1, 2, 3. Propane, 3 carbon. And we are saying we are looking for ANE, means single bond. So we must look for single bond only. CH2, CH3. It's propane. This methane, CH4. As we will look for this methane structure also contain single bond. Butane, 4 carbon. In nomenclature, we will look for how I given this naming of this structure. Okay. Now we look for this thing. Here CH4. Further, we can say why it's classified into alkane only, because this carbon contain 4 hydrogen. It's single bond structure. So it's called methane. Understood? This is the naming of this acyclic. Acyclic, why acyclic is saying? Because as definition, compound whose molecule contain open chain of carbon atom. Open chain. This is an open chain. there is no ending and there is no branch of any compound. That's why it says like open chain of carbon atom. Cyclic means compound whose molecule contain ring contain ring, or we can go for compound whose molecule contain ring made up of carbon atom. So in cyclic compound, we will further go for the classification of carboxylic compound and heterocyclic cyclic. In cyclic, we will go for carboxylic, and one more is heterocyclic. Carboxylic we will go for a cyclic and aromatic, and heterocyclic we will go for the compound which contain uh, carbon compound other than um, carbon compound as well as other compound as well, like oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, like this compound are come under the structure contain this carbon, nitrogen and sulfur is called heterocyclic compound. Cyclic, those who contain the chain is like um, cyclic means contain cycle or contain ring made up of carbon atom is called cyclic compound. Acyclic means open chain of carbon atom, it's called acyclic compound. Understood? This acyclic carbon compound contain open chain of carbon atom, it's called acyclic compound. Acyclic contain alkane, alkyne, alkene. In alkane family, we consider is propane, methane, butane, and the structure. Why it says open chain? You see the structure of this propane, CH2, CH3, CH2, CH3. There is no ring present here in the structure of propane. So that's why it says a cyclic compound whose molecule contain open chain of carbon atom. Okay, here we are completing about cyclic and acyclic definition.